Okay, questions for static, final, and access modifiers. Okay, first, what keyword static means in Java and how it affects the behavior of a field or a method. Keyword static, we can apply this to a method or to method, to field, to block of code, static block, and to nested classes. And static mean that this subject, for example, field, doesn't belong to a specific instance or object. It belongs to class. So we don't need to create an object to call method, for example, and we can work with variable with static variable in static methods. And actually, next, how to call static method from another class. Because static method belongs to class itself, to call this method from another class, we first need to reference to a class by its name. So we just write down class name, then after dot, we add this method. And what is a static block and when it is being executed? And static block, it's a special block of code. About syntaxes, we just mark it, define it as static, and then provide with curly braces. And in curly braces, we can initialize a variable or execute some block of code, which some code that need to be executed only once, because a static block is executed during loading static class into computer memory. So if we need to execute something like load configurations in the beginning only once, static block is a good way to do it. What happens if we declare a variable as final? Actually, when we declare a variable as a final, it means that we declare a constant variable. So we won't be able to change this variable later. If about some details, if we if this variable of primitive data type, it means that we won't be able to change a value. But if we speak of object data type variable, it means that we cannot change a reference to this to the value, but we can change value. What is the goal of using final before the method? We can use a final, and the reason to use final keyword before the method when we define the method is to protect this method from overriding in children. So if we need to keep method immutable no matter what. How final class works. The idea of final keyword using this class is that we restrict inheritance here. We forbid inheritance here. So this class cannot have children. What kind of access modifiers we have in Java, and what is the difference? Okay, we have 4 access modifiers in Java, and there are public, protected, private, and default. So let's start from public. Public modifier, logically it means that the class or field or method is visible and accessible from anywhere. And next one, is protected. Protected means that this that the instance, field method or something is that the something this is protected is accessible inside this class from class itself and from the current package, and also from children, even if children are out of current package. And the next one is default. Actually, to use default, we won't need to write something. That's why it is default. And default access modifier means that something is visible only inside current pocket. And the last one is private. When we define something as private, it means that it's only accessible inside current class. And the next question is, what is the benefits of declaring fields as private and using getters and setters? Actually, first, we use private to follow the principle of encapsulation in Java and to protect our data from unexpected modification. When we use getters, so actually if field is not private, like public, we can access it directly by reference through object name or class name and modify it whenever we want. But using getters and setters allow us to protect our fields from unregulated, let's say this, modification. So we can, and also we can divide divide access. For example, if some method or only need to read the value, we can only use getter here and protect the field. And if some method need to modify, some class need to, modify value, we can create a setter and we can implement some rules, some restriction, some validations inside setter method. And this also helps to protect our data. What is difference between static method and instance method? Static method is the method which belongs to class itself. So we don't need to create an instance, an object to call a static method. We can call it just for class. And also in static method, we only can use a static variable, static fields. And instance method, to call instance method, we need to create an instance, an object to call this method for prior calling method. And next, how protected access modifier affects visibility of method or field. Let's recall what is protect access modifier. Protected access modifier allow to access to a field or a method from current class, from the current package, and also from children of this class, even if those children are outside from current package. What happens if a method or field is declared without an access modifier? If field or method declared without access modifier, default access modifier will be used for them, will be applied for them. So those fields or method will only be visible inside current package. Provide an example where static method is more useful than an instance method. Most common case is mathematical calculation. Usually we don't need to have an object to run some mathematics. Can we override static method in a child class, and why? We cannot override static method in a child class because we don't have we don't have child objects here, and but what we can do, we can hide static method from parent object by declare in a child from parent class by declaring a method with the same name, signature, and so on in a child class. And how a keyword this works, and if it's possible to use it in static methods. These keywords references to the field of current object. For example, in method, if we need to use variable of object for which we are calling this method, we can reference this variable like this and the name of the field. And it leads us to the idea that we won't use this keyword in static methods because we don't create instances for static method. So it's no object to which this allow us to reference. What happens if you try to change final method in a child class? I think we won't be able. We will receive a compilation error here.